Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I think it's finally time for us to address this situation that's going on in the MMA community, especially when it comes to MMA content. Now, this is a topic that should have been covered a long freaking time ago, but I think it's time for us to finally address it. Let's go ahead and react to this clip really quickly, and then we're going to go ahead and give our thoughts about it.
Now is who he'll fight against when the time comes. And now, let's get into MMA community goes off on Nina Drama for footage. Last night, Nina Drama posted a clip of her in a bikini with the following caption. My New Year resolution is to make MMA Twitter mad with all my bikini content, lol. While showing off her body, obviously we can't show footage because of YouTube's rules, but the clip is posted on her X account. Many people in the MMA world weren't too happy with the clip, as many people, including the MMA guru, had pointed out that she knows her fan base is on the younger side, and she's essentially using her body to get more engagement. Here's what the community had to say. It's posts like this that make it harder for female fans in the community. Girl, this is embarrassing. Pushing 40, no kids, no husband, just trying to bring
LOL
to the MMA community. We're only here for MMA and nothing else. Go start to OnlyFans and stop doing MMA content. Treesh. MMA Personality of the Year. Embarrassing for the sport. I stopped following a long time ago. At first it felt like she got some kind of genuine, decent, funny moments with a few fighters and interviews, but then I see a lot of posts of her really into herself. Then some super cringy videos to fans or whatever that criticize her with some over dramatic flair. Not for me. I don't hate her, I just don't think she's physically attractive enough to me to be making that her whole focus, nor am I interested in that kind of content. It's just, I don't know how to describe the feeling I get from it. It's just so blah, mix of those faces. I think we're starting to see why someone was hired by the UFC. Must everything at all costs. Soon your whole comment section is just going to be filled with people objectifying you and leaving disgusting comments.
It already
If
is.
that's the path you want to take, go ahead. Mad equals people who aren't her simps and realize how little she brings to the sport of MMA outside of bikini content, thirst traps, engagement bait interviews. She's pushing 40 doing this, the worst industry plan of all time.
Okay, so we heard the takes from everybody. I think for the most part, everybody's correct. It's no secret that Nina Drama uses her body to get clicks and views. And for anybody out there that pays attention to the analytics and percentages, when a woman is using her body to promote her content, for the most part, they do get longer watch times. They do get more interactions and stuff like that. And it's not a secret. The UFC definitely did put her in a situation where, let's say, she's getting the type of content the average MMA YouTuber isn't, because she works for the UFC. Whether that's called being an industry plant, it's up to you guys. Personally, I would agree to that assessment 100%. But let's be real about one thing. For the most part, her fan base or people that keep up with her content aren't watching her content because they're like die-hard MMA UFC fans that are wanting to listen to the best, most developed takes out there. I think for the most part, the people that watch her content are just horn dogs, or people that should definitely be turned into the horny police, because that's the type of content that she does put out there. You know, I can't really say that she puts in-depth MMA content or like in-depth takes when it comes to UFC whatsoever. But to be honest, man, that's all the obvious stuff. That's all the obvious things that we could definitely say about Nina Drama. Obviously, everybody knows that she uses her body. The UFC puts her in a position of pretty much getting these exclusive interviews with these fighters. She pretty much is an industry plant that uses her body to maximize her views and content. And that's what the UFC wants, to get more views. That's obviously the easiest things that we could get out of this type of creator. But what nobody's saying is the fact that, you know, this type of content, in my opinion, man, is what makes MMA so fucking, like, it's a laughing stock, man, because people think that MMA is fucking entertainment, and it's not, man. I hate when people say, oh, the UFC, MMA, fighting, boxing, like combat sports is just entertainment. It's not fucking entertainment, man. It's a sport. At the end of the day, it's a freaking sport, and it's something that makes me so freaking upset, because we have people out there that are busting their asses making actual freaking content, yet this is what is rewarded. This fucking type of content is what gets what did she get? The freaking personality of the year. Like, we are a joke. What people don't understand is that the UFC is a freaking joke. We're not taking it serious by nobody out there. Everybody that looks at combat sports looks at us as fucking idiots, as dumb people. And for the most part, I hate to admit it, but at some point they do have a freaking point. You know what I'm saying? They do have a freaking point, and a lot of it has to do because the UFC puts people like this in our freaking faces, because at the end of the day, all they care about is maximizing profits, and putting a person like that in front of people's faces is gonna maximize profit, but at what freaking cost? We have creators out there, like, in my opinion, I think Weasel is a really good content creator. Yeah, me and Weasel have had our back and forths. Me and MMA Guru have had our back and forths. Of course, we've said stuff about each other. Obviously, me being the smaller creator, you know, I had a whole lot of his fans come over to my channel and comment shit on one of my videos because of what I said to MMA, to freaking Guru. But at the end of the day, man, I respect those guys because they put the time and effort to make coherent MMA freaking content, you know. And it just kind of it rubs me the wrong way whenever we see people like freaking Nina Drama that make these cheap ass videos and this cheap freaking content, and they just get rewarded for it. Like, in my opinion, it's just lame. It's lame as fuck. And as long as people like this are in the front pages of the For You page, or the UFC is absolutely pushing them, we're just gonna be looked at, or like combat sports people aren't gonna be looked at as a real legitimate fucking sport to the level of like the NFL or the NBA or even fucking boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get the correlation, you know. Nina Drama, you know, she is a content creator, and for the most part, social media does have a lot to do with entertaining stuff, and you can't go too in depth because, unfortunately, and I'm just being real, 95% of people that watch MMA or like UFC shit, in my honest opinion, are complete casuals of the sport. They're people that don't do film studies whatsoever. They're people that have never been to an MMA class. They're people that don't have any history practicing any fucking combat sport ever. And I'm just being honest when I say that for the most part, people are just casuals on the sport. And I get the correlation. Like I said, MMA, UFC, you know, a lot of people just look at it as entertainment, but at some point, man, like, we just have to get past the casual content creation, you know, like just the casual level, surface level type content, you know, and get into the nitty gritty. In my honest opinion, yes, there's already avenues for that. Yes, there's already creators out there that are doing that, but like, my honest opinion, man, I feel like those niches, or those people out there that give a fuck about the sport, honestly should be pushed a lot more. But it is what it is. Life isn't fair, and at the end of the day, the UFC are gonna push all people associated with them to the masses. I mean, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, it's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.